So this is not a video I wanted to make, but the official Rotten Tomato score for The Rise of Skywalker is out, and it's abysmally bad. However, I do want to talk about this and try to give you some hope in these dark times.
It's like the news, but for nerds.
What's up, everybody? It's Josh, and we are almost there, guys. This absolutely absurd, ridiculous run-up to The Rise of Skywalker, the current state of Star Wars, which, you know, I try to explain to people. It's the holiday season, so I go and I talk about, you know, things with family. They're like, oh, how's that nerd thing doing? You're doing, and I try to explain that, like, oh, I've been really stressed because I'm talking about Star Wars, and it's very akin to politics right now. And the truth is, I'd rather talk to my family in the holiday season about politics than talk about Star Wars. I mean, that's a bit of hyperbole. I love what I do. Like, I love talking about Star Wars, but honestly, we all know what's been going on. It's been pretty freaking ridiculous leading up to this film, and the latest chapter in this weird story leading up to the movie is it's bad. It's really bad. I looked at what the Rotten Tomato score was today, and I honestly expected like 70s, 80s, but a definite dip from The Last Jedi, because what I saw online with the social media thing was a lot of people saying, I don't know about this, a lot of people being positive about it, but there were a lot of people saying that, oh, this really felt like sort of an FU to The Last Jedi. And so when I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score today, I was blown away. I was like, wow, that's really, really bad. It's really bad. And so I want to talk about why this score is the way that it is. I don't think it's necessarily an accurate reflection of how Star Wars fans will view the film, but it isn't a good thing. I'm not going to sit here and try to explain to you guys all the different movies that have bad Rotten Tomato scores but are actually pretty decent or anything like that. Like, there's no way around it. This is a bad Rotten Tomatoes score. And I think the first thing I wanted to say was I find it hilarious that people in the fandom menace or people that were not fans of The Last Jedi are holding up this Rotten Tomato score and being like, see, haha, we were right. That's ridiculous, because many people in that community had brought up specifically how the reviews for The Last Jedi didn't reflect the movie at all, and that all of this praise and critical acclaim that the movie had gotten flew in the face of what mattered for Star Wars fans. And if this film is an attempt to not care about what critics say and really create something that is more for Star Wars fans, I think it's pretty ridiculous for people over there to hold up these reviews as any sort of negative thing or as a piece of evidence to support their claims. Now, look, having said that, I haven't seen the movie, so I need to see the film. I'm actually more pumped than I've ever been. I won't lie to you. The reviews did dampen my spirits just a bit, particularly some of the people that I watched on YouTube, their reviews. I was like, whoa, okay. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to see it for what it is. I still think I'm really going to like a lot of this movie. And either way, afterwards, we're going to have a lot of discussions as a community. We got to talk about fan service. We got to talk about spoilers. We got to talk about what we even want from Star Wars, who we think should be in charge of Star Wars. It's going to get very, very interesting after this film comes out. And so I can't really tell you that I won't hate this movie. I'm going to go in with an open mind, and I hope that I really like it, but I don't know that, guys. I could come out and hate it. I also think there could be something going on here with the critics where they are all really big fans of The Last Jedi, and they feel as though this film, Rise of Skywalker, was created just for fanboys. And I've seen this attitude espoused a lot on social media where these people, these influencers, these gatekeepers, there is this thing that goes on with those people where they want to defend narratives. And a lot of those people are big fans of what Ryan did with The Last Jedi, and they may view Rise as a slap in the face to that film, and therefore are being super critical of it for nothing else than that. Now, I know that's not everybody, but it could be at least a portion of the people out there that are giving it negative reviews. I also think that there could be a thing going on where people feel as though they did give The Last Jedi too high of a review, because the rose-colored glasses are definitely off with regards to that film. And even though I like that movie, there's so much in it that shouldn't be in there, and ultimately, like, it probably shouldn't exist. Like, Star Wars would be better off if that movie never happened. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just talking about that's as That's what I feel, and I feel that a lot of other people have sort of come around to that. So even if they like the film, they may regret giving it as high of a score as they did, and so you could see some negativity reflected in the reviews like that. And basically, I said this in the stream yesterday, but where I am at with this film is I'm actually really excited for what I think is going to be in it, but as far as the promise that it presents as ending the Skywalker saga, or this idea that we're going to wrap up all of these 9 films just in the Disney trilogy in general, just seems ridiculous to me. And I doubt they're going to accomplish that. And look, we've talked about this ad nauseum on this channel. I made videos months ago telling you guys exactly what the ending was going to be, more or less, and literally outlining to you why it is objectively a bad ending for what they said this film was going to be. Now, I think that if the movie goes exactly the way that it does in the leaks, barring some amazing context that just makes me totally buy it as a fan, I will ultimately still come out of this film saying, yeah, they didn't accomplish that. They didn't actually wrap up the Skywalker saga, and they probably just did that as a marketing tactic. And some of the venom is just out of that for me. I've sort of already grieved about it because it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm still going to find a lot of things I enjoy in this film, I believe. And so with these reviews, it's just wild, man. Like, are we heading towards another Last Jedi type of division? I don't know. I think it's too early to call. We got to see what audiences think about it. But I did want to just present to you guys my thoughts on the reviews, some of the things I'm trying to keep in mind that might give it more of a negative picture right now than ever, and just kind of talk about where we're at. All hope is not lost. I think a lot of Star Wars fans are going to love The Rise of Skywalker. However, we're still going to need to just see what's the overall take of the fan base. What do we all think should happen next? And let's start to try to have some better conversations about this because, man, either way, this has got to change. Like, we've got to change either as a fan base. I think Disney needs to make a lot of changes. Again, we'll get into that later. But yeah, either way, what a ridiculous time. You know what I mean? I almost didn't make this video because I was like, how am I going to present something that's obviously a negative, try to give some hope, but also not just sound like sort of an optimistic shill, right? That's a tough line to walk. I don't want to be the optimistic shill. If this movie is trash, then we're all going to have to stand together as Star Wars fans and say, hey, this movie's trash. Disney, you screwed up. We deserve better. And I know that's going to be hard to do for some people, but honestly, like, if it's trash, it's trash, right? However, my gut tells me it's not trash. My gut tells me it's going to be a very enjoyable film, and JJ literally did the best he could in an impossible situation, and we're all going to have to just figure out how we feel about it, but that it's not trash. But then again, I don't know. So there you go. There's my rambly thoughts. This is, by the way, the last video you will see of me until after I watch this movie. After I watch the movie at midnight tomorrow, we're talking spoilers, and it's going to get crazy. So I recommend you come back for that. But that's all I've got for you for now, guys. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Although, to be frank, I'm probably not even going to be looking at the comment section on this video because this is the Wild West right now. This is absolutely a ridiculous time for all of us as fans. The healing begins after this, either way. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.